Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Gravity Classes. I'm Chowdhury and today I'll be giving a lecture for students of English version and it's going to be on the Pulley system. Okay, to be more specific, it's going to be a Pulley system on inclined planes. So we have two inclined planes here. One is inclined at an angle alpha and the other is inclined at an angle beta. Now there are two objects with mass m1 and m2 and they are connected to each other with a wire that runs through a pulley. Okay. Now, this whole system is not in an equilibrium state, meaning that if I let go, it will start to slide. Okay, now let's assume that it starts to slide in this direction with an acceleration of a. Okay, if it starts to slide down, this M2 object will start to go up. But there is this thing that this whole system will have the exact same acceleration. Okay, now our job is to find the value of this acceleration. Now let's consider the forces working on this M1 object. The force that is dragging it down is M1 G sine alpha. Okay, but this M2 object will try to drag it upwards through the tension of this wire. So the tension of the wire would work towards the pulley and against M1 G sine alpha. Now we're going to use Newton's second law, which is summation of F equals to MA. We are considering it for this M1 object only. So MA becomes M1A. Now summation of F. There are two forces working here. M1 G sine alpha and tension. They're in the opposite direction. So their signs would be opposite. If one is plus, the other would be minus. But look here that acceleration and M1 G sine alpha are in the exact same direction. So that means M1 G sine alpha must be greater than tension. So M1 G sine alpha minus tension equals to M1A. We're going to extract the value of T from here. T equals to M1A minus M1G. Minus T equals to M1A minus M1G sine alpha. So T equals to M1G sine alpha minus M1A. Okay, so we have extracted the value of T from here. Now we're going to work on the second object, the M2 object. Exact same procedure. M2 is going to be dragged down by M2G sine beta. But the tension that is being created in this rope by this M1 object will try to pull it up. Okay? Here, the acceleration is happening in the same direction as tension. So tension would be greater than M2G sine beta. So tension minus M2G sine beta would be equals to M2A. We're going to extract the value of T from here. M2A plus M2G sine beta. Now notice that this tension is going to be the exact same throughout the wire. Meaning that if there is a tension here, that the exact same tension will be present in here too. Okay? So this T and this T would be exactly same. So we can write that this part, not this T, this part. So this part and this part would be exactly same. So M1G sine alpha minus M1A equals to M2A plus M2G sine beta. Okay? Now we're going to extract the value of A from this equation. So A times M1 plus M2 equals to we're going to take G common. I'm doing it in a very shortcut process. If you do it elaborately, you'll get the exact same result. G M1. Okay, you'll have to excuse my handwriting. It's not very good. Just understand what I'm saying. Okay. So you get that, and if we extract the value of A from here, we get G M1 sine alpha minus M2 sine beta. Okay, and we send M1 plus M2 in here. So we get this. This is our final equation. Okay, and if they give you the value of M1, M2, alpha, beta, you can get the acceleration very easily. Okay, now you'll have to excuse my handwriting here, just understand it or solve the equation on your own, you'll get the exact same thing. Okay, now what if you get a negative value of A? It means that the object won't be accelerating in this direction, rather it would accelerate in the exactly opposite direction. So in that case, if you get a negative value of A, that would mean that the M2 object would be going down and the M1 object would be going up. It's not a big deal, it's just the direction. This minus just represents direction. If you get a minus, if you get a positive direction, then the direction you assume was right. Okay? Now there can be another kind of question that they will tell you what are the conditions for this system to stay in equilibrium. Okay, if they stay in equilibrium, then this acceleration would be 0. Okay, if this acceleration is 0, then this whole system will stay in an equilibrium state. So in that case, if they give you the value of alpha and beta, then you can find any kind of a relation between M1 and M2, and it can be a question. It can be a good question for engineering universities admission. Okay, so I guess that's it, and thank you for joining.